Are we on? There we go. Whew. Let's see if this works. Back on now. There he is. Oh, sorry about that, Eric. Yeah, we won't go into detail, but it's an issue that I've been dealing with all my life. Nothing serious. But of course, I didn't want to do anything, deal with it on camera. I'm sure you know what I mean. You go live. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for a couple people to come in here, and then I'll start back up again. Eric, what do you have planned next? Like, what's your next travel plans? I'm curious. Sorry, I got something in my mouth here. And when? Yeah, I think you'd be a cool person to travel with, Eric. I'm a nomad, basically. Now, of course, I'm in a relationship, so we're not in a position to travel like a nomad, but I am at heart a nomad, and I love to travel. There's Najuma Brown. Hey, Najuma. Thank you for coming. I had to restart the stream again. Had some issues going on that I had to deal with, so had to restart the stream. But I do appreciate you coming back in. I'm just giving it a couple more seconds and waiting for a few more people to realize that I'm back up and live again. So welcome. So what about you, Najuma? Do you have any travel plans coming up? Ooh. Eric, nothing set in stone before January Disney's, but I hope to do something spontaneous. Nice. Yes. I love spontaneous travel. Actually, the very first time I ever went to Los Angeles, I think it was 2011. I went down to visit my daughters in New Mexico, and I had a leg from New Mexico, Albuquerque to Los Angeles, and then Los Angeles up to Seattle. And I know you've been to Seattle. But the layover in Los Angeles, LAX, I'm a plane freak, and I was there, and I was looking out while I was waiting for my next flight to go out, and I looked, and it's like, what's in LA? Like, what's here? And then I started thinking, and it's like, Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. So I actually went home, and I can't remember how much long after. I went out. I was on my weekend off, or no, I wasn't. No, I was on vacation or something. I can't remember how it worked out, but anyway, I went home, got a plane ticket, and I went down to Los Angeles for 6 days. I didn't realize it at the time, but people talk about it, but it didn't bother me. I stayed at a hostel. It was only $20 a night, being a single guy, I stayed in hostels before, but yeah, it was on Wilshire and Crenshaw. Some people say that wasn't the nicest little area to go into, but hey, I went out. I actually got in at like 6:30 at night, and yeah, it was fine. I went out for a walk, which you normally shouldn't do in a big city like that, but hey, it was fine. Anyway, let's check it out over here. Some more. Thank you, Heather, for your help. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I apologize for the little hiccup there. Hopefully it won't happen next time. Najuma, you're moving from New York City to North Carolina. Wow. That's a big jump. I wonder, because I've never been to either or, but I do know what's basically in each. That's a big difference in moving, although I'm from the East Coast moving to the West Coast, but it's basically the same. But New York to North Carolina, that's a big change. Wow, good for you. I'd like to see some pictures. I love pictures, by the way. Oh, no, can't do this. We forgot this. Look who it is. Lovey's Fat Lice. Hello, everyone. Uh, if you guys like smoked food, I have to say it that way because I like smoke anything. Go check out Lovey's Fat Life. He has a great channel all about smoking his food there, and he's got some travel stuff in with his and all that. All right. Oh, I stayed in a few hostels. Yes, there's nothing wrong with hostels, but I think with me and my wife, we don't really want to be separated like in that kind of environment, so it's just easier to get a hotel room. But she stayed in hostels before. She did a European trip and went when she was 17 and traveled with a friend. All right. Let me say highs, the highs. Oh, where's Coos Cruisers? Oh, did I miss that? Oh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Coos Cruisers. Everyone, here's another one. They're creators. Just so you know, sir, I did say if you're a creator, put hashtag creator earlier. And then I'm not sure if you know this is a rerun. I had to restart because of some issues. But welcome. Okay, I'm going to be falling behind here. I only get 10 minutes. I'm going to go quickly into this thing here. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go into the PowerPoint here. Anyway, this is Partridge Island. I was saying about that earlier. I'm not 100% sure if they have a boat tour out there. They used to, but there was a lighthouse. But yeah, I can still see it there. There's a lighthouse there. There's some old war bunkers out there. And then there's a bunch of other things. Like it has this really big historical significance. There was an outbreak. I'm not sure if it was the cholera outbreak or not, but somebody had to be quarantined on that island back in the 1800s, I think it was. Yeah, so it's very tough to walk out there, but there was a boat thing. And then on the bottom there's a covered bridge. Maritimes are well known for covered bridges. The longest one is in Hartland, New Brunswick, which is basically the middle of New Brunswick. I don't know the footage on it, but they're amazing. I love covered bridges, especially in the summertime. It's just there's the smell, the feel, just everything about them. I love them. But yeah, there's, as it says here, there's 58 covered bridges around St. John, New Brunswick. So everywhere you go, if you noticed in the map on the top there, there's lots of blue there. So we're surrounded by lots of water. We're not too lacking on water. All right, so this is the Irving Pulp and Paper Mill. This picture isn't really necessarily about the pulp mill, but I just want to mention it because I actually worked there before in a kitchen. For those that don't know, I was a cook for 20 years, and I worked in many different restaurants in St. John and in cafeterias. I've worked all through everything that you can, from fast foods all the way up to fine dining. In St. John, I'll show you here in a few seconds here. We have the Hilton International Hotel. That's where I did my apprenticeship way back in early 90s. So yeah, I just want to side note with this with the pulp mill. And another side note to this, there's a brewery that's pretty close, and it's called Moosehead Breweries. It has Moosehead products. Then you got Alpine products. It's if you live close to this, which we did before, it has these really two different smells. On their own, they're pretty strong, but once you put them together, they're even worse. So anyway, I was just mentioning that. So anyway, really what this photo is all about, as this the slide's saying here, we're pretty much famous for the Reversing Falls Bridge. That's one of the most sought after attractions in St. John, in my opinion. Yeah, they're called the Reversing Falls Bridge. So different times of the day, it all depends on when you're there. At one time of the day, the river is flowing this way, and at a certain time of the day, it'll go slack, as they call slack tide. And then if you went back like a couple hours later, the river's going the other way. it looks like the river is actually going upriver, which is really cool. And I'm not saying that because you guys are here. I actually think it's really cool. They have actually they have boat rides. They have a really cool jet boat ride that it takes you through. I never did it personally, but it's very popular. There's been a few channels on YouTube that have talked about that shows the boat ride here. There's a bus that takes you over to this, and takes you all around the city, a city tour and stuff. I'm going to go a little faster here. Sorry about that. Neighborhoods. Since I am a little behind here, if you really want to see, I'll go a little slowly so you can go back and pause this and reread it. It just shows a little bit of the history of, or history and what St. John's all about. Because when you are looking at itinerary or excursions into places, I notice as a new cruiser, you're only seeing what the cruise line wants you to see. So I'm hoping that what I'm showing you here, just seeing some of the information, will help you to make a better decision if you decide to ever take the New England cruise that comes out of New York, I think it is, that goes up the eastern seaboard. I'm really proud of my hometown. But so yeah, I'll do this really slowly, and just so you can get the thing here. I only got, 8 minutes. So yeah, temperatures there, shows the temperatures. The minus 36.7 degrees Celsius was the coldest temperature ever recorded. But the snow, that was another thing I want to mention. The snow, lots of snow. Like we had feet of snow. Sorry about the language there. Feet of snow because of the wind drifts and stuff. Yeah, lots of fun. This here, these two pictures on the right here on the top, they're called the City Market. It's 100-year-old, over 100-year-old city market, a well-known place in St. John. Highly recommended place to go check it out. Has lots of stuff that really talks about Canadian history and stuff, but there's Canadian products like maple syrup and dulse. If you ever in the city market and you choose to go check out that, dulse. It's called D-U-L-C-E. It's seaweed. It basically tastes like the seaweed that you have on sushi, but a little different. And it's like you eat it like a bag of chips. It's a snack, and they have small little bags that you can buy. But as you can see, there's other things in there. Right on the top photo on the left, or on the right there, to the left of that door in the middle, there's a restaurant called Billy Seafoods. I actually work there. They sell lobster, and they ship internationally. But it's a seafood market. It's a seafood place / restaurant, and they sell lobster, everything, all kinds of fish that's caught in the Maritimes. And he ships internationally. If you guys like lobster, get a hold of them, and they will ship it to you, lobster, and at a good price. Like when I left a while ago, it was $5 a pound for lobster. Out here in British Columbia, where I'm at, for lobster, it's probably $13 to $15 a pound. Back there, you'll get it for $5 a pound. Now, of course, you got to pay for shipping, but it's not that much. And the photo down bottom, this part right here, that's called the Delta Brunswick Hotel on the top. And on the inside, on the bottom levels, is a mall. It's called Brunswick Square, as it says here. The Brunswick Hotel, Brunswick Square Hotel, I actually, part of my on-the-job training during my cooking course I did there. Lots of memories in that place. So if you ever need a hotel in St. John, that's a great place to stay. It's city center. And on the other side, and all the buildings over in that area, they're all historic, old building, 100-year-old buildings. A lot of them are converted into loft apartments, businesses, everything. There's tons. I highly recommend taking a walk around that neighborhood. So yeah, I got to go a little faster. Sorry. The economy, old post office. Again, this is a little bit of history for those that are into history stuff. heavy industry. The one thing I want to say here, Casey Irving. The Irving family is, I think it's the fourth largest family, or fourth richest family in Canada. Their family empire is worth, it says in here, $7 billion. They own a chain of gas stations, including down into the east coast of America, called Irving. And so they got Irving Oils. It says in here what they own. They got pulp mills. They have refineries. It's the biggest refinery in North America. Yeah. So, and there's things about Moosehead Breweries and stuff like that. They have beer tours in there for you drinkers in there. You can check that out. Yeah. So there's that. More quickly, fishing. Yes, we're all about fishing back east. You want seafood? Go back there. We're well known for the lobsters and the salmon and the fish and chips. My personal favorite, I like beer battered fish, a nice crispy thing to it. Yeah, we have basically everything else there. We got an airport, highways. I never experienced traffic jams and stuff like that until I left St. John. Like in St. John, our what do you call it, in the mornings? Brain freeze right now. But anyway, it's like, 10 cars is the longest you have to wait. So, 5-minute wait. But yeah, go to big cities. It's not the same. Anyway, rail. Yes, we used to have a passenger rail coming through St. John, but it stopped, as it says here, in 1994. I actually had a train ride down to St. John, and then it's no longer there. It's really sad. Like where we are, it's on the southern tip of New Brunswick, so it's not economically easy to get into places like that. Ports, ferries. We have a ferry that takes you over to Digby Ferry, over to Nova Scotia, 2 hours 45 minutes. Really cool thing to do. Public transit, pretty good transit system that I've experienced. Culture, pubs, tons and tons of pubs and restaurants in St. John. St. John is an Irish town. A lot of Irish history in this town. And so, and fiddle music and folk music and stuff like that, really big in St. John. Dance music, theaters, tons of stuff like that. I'm sorry I'm going so fast. I'm a little behind, so I thought I'd try to get as much as I can here. Get 2 minutes. Again, go check this out when you get a sec. Stompin' Tom Connors, yeah, Stevedore, Steve. These are all famous musicians in St. John. Something's coming up here I wanted to make sure you guys see. Oh, the 506 Musical Festival. That's a really cool place to go check out. For you sports fans, we used to have the St. John Flames. They were Calgary Flames farm team. I loved going to those hockey games where you're only paying, the most you ever paid for a seat was $16. But then I moved to big cities where the NHL is, and $16 doesn't even buy you a beer. But hey, we won the Calder Cup back in, when year was this? Yeah, there we go. 1993 to 2003, 2000, 2001. There it was. There we go. Canada Games, 1985 Canada Games. I was in that. I helped out with that. Oh, there was a slide missing where I want to show, just to be proud of my town. Oh, I forgot his name. He's a well-known actor in the States. And I just wanted to check out, I just wanted to mention this, there it is here. Donald Sutherland. Born in St. John, New Brunswick, July 17th, 1935. Yeah, so yeah, I just want to add that in there. So as you can see, I had some stuff here prepared at the end that I was going to ask, but I'm running out of time. So I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming. I apologize for having to restart the feed, but I'm sure you understand how that works and stuff. I do really appreciate you guys coming. Please check us out every Monday and Saturday evening at 7 p.m. It's not always going to be this, but so my next one is on Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out. And yeah, go check out all the other channels there whenever you can. Go check out Edna's channel right now. She has an announcement that she wants to make. So go check out her. Send her some good vibes, prayers, and everything to her. Yeah. So anyway, have a great night, everyone. Thank you for coming.